So wow, I'm all over the place. I'm just all over the place. It's late and I'm kind of sleepy. Um, guys, I am why am I recording this right now? I don't know. Hi everyone, my name is Renda and welcome back to Book Nook Chats. This is episode 3 of tackling my series, updating my series, reviewing my series, updating my spreadsheet. Essentially, I find it very satisfying to update my spreadsheets. Um, I uploaded episode 2 recently, but I recorded it back in May, and it's taken me that long apparently to post, but it's up, and this video is going to bring me up to speed to where I am right now. So it's going to take into account all the books I've read in the past 3 months. I read a lot of books. Up until May, I was being, or actually even June, I was being very strict with myself in terms of not starting any new series. But as you will see in this video, I have started 10 more series. And the main culprit for that are arcs. I got into reading arcs back in March, April. So there are books that I came across that I wasn't expecting would be series, and a lot of them are duologies or series of standalone books. So it's kind of okay. It's not too bad. Um, Last episode, I made pretty great progress. I was at 48% total progress with my series at the end of last year, and then I updated for the first 5 months of the year, and I got up to 73% progress. In this video, we'll see what happens. I think anything can happen in this one. It can go up, it can go down. Also, some completed series have to be revived now because they're no longer complete. There are new books, which I'm interested in reading, but that's gonna mix things up. That's it for the intro. Let's dive into the spreadsheet. Okay, so these are my stats. Everything is the same as it was last time, except the total number of series started. I have inputted those into the spreadsheet, so it counts them, and that's 10 more than last time. This was 31. I have 13 active series, 76 books on my TBR. Number of books I've read is 56, 7 completed series, and I have soft DNF'd or DNF'd 10. So my total reading progress stands at 73.68%. Let's see where we go after this. And I have started 27 series in 2024, finished 6 in 2024, and yeah, series started has gone up by a lot after these 10 editions. And so it's at 14, and I have finished only one series completely. So let's see where we are at the end of this. Okay, so let me make some quick updates to the series that are completed because there are some changes to two of these, I believe. Yes, okay. Letters of Enchantment. There is Wild Reference that has come out. I've heard so many good things about this one, and I can't wait to read it. I think it's a prequel, if I'm not mistaken, but I love Rebecca Ross's writing, so I would definitely read other series and other books by her as well. And so I think this is now going to change to 3, and I believe I should move this to ongoing. And then okay, Edenshire. I'm not planning on reading any more books by her in the Edenshire world, but I do like the coziness of Jay Penner's writing. Like she has very she writes a lot with baked goods, and it's very cozy and foodie, and also very. I liked her high fantasy worlds. It was very charming, and so there is a book, Death Meets Cute. I have requested the arc. I don't know if I'll get the arc. So, now I don't want to like add this separately, but I do want to add authors to my CD spreadsheet because if I want to read multiple books by an author, I think that counts for me as something that is ongoing and I would keep adding to that or like, there's a sense of continuity with that author. So I will add this as Edenshire and more. I don't know how else I should be adding this, and I will put in 3 here. For now, I will say as good as complete because again, I don't know if I'll get the arc right now or not, or how it's gonna go. And then let me take a quick look at my as good as complete series. Any changes here? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm currently reading Magical Witches. Okay, well, it's not Magical Witches, but she's writing all these witchy standalone cozy books, and I absolutely love it. I'm almost done with the second one. I was so excited for it to come out, and this book, what's the name? Oh my gosh. It's late and I'm kind of sleepy. Um, a Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. This book, I like her writing style. I love her style of humor. It just gets me. I don't know what it is about it. Everyone has a subjective sense of humor, but her sense of humor with the writing just it's so delicious. It's so good. Um, yeah, I just found myself giggling and chuckling, and it's just ridiculously dramatic, the shenanigans in this book. But I'm having such a good time reading the second book. I think I like this one better than the first one, which was A Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Um, I'm just gonna go ahead and mark this complete because by the time I post this video, it is going to be complete, probably another day or two. So, you know what? Yay, there we go. My first 100% of this video. And yeah, I'm caught up. I hope she keeps writing more witchy magical books because I will keep reading them. They're just so lovely. And I will go ahead and just stay completed for now. And then Tea Dragons, nothing. I didn't read anything more in any of these, so they stand as they are. Okay, before I go to the ongoing series from earlier, I think let me add. Should I add these first or should I? Okay, let me actually update the entries for this first and then go over what I have read. So Campfire, I believe. Oh, I have to check. Okay, so I actually checked, and the Campfire, I think it's a singular book. So maybe I will just add it together, this entry and this entry. Basically, this is a series of novellas. Yeah, Curtains in Cabo. So these are two separate novella series, and even this one. It's strange because I think as arcs, I saw multiple ones listed, but I read only one. But now that I see it listed on Goodreads, it doesn't show multiple books in the series, which is kind of strange. Okay, so I am gonna, I guess, just mark it two out of two done then for now. And I don't think I'll be reading anything more. The Campfire book was called why am I calling the Campfire Cozy books? Cozy what? The Campfire Cozy Mysteries. Okay, yes, that's what I'm looking for. Um, it was very cozy and it was a very quick, easy mystery read. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a good 3.5 star for me, I think. Curtains and Cabo, though, I didn't like it as much. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the premise. It just didn't work for me. It was very, very cheesy. Like, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. So I am gonna soften at this. I don't know if there are other, I think I'm really not sure, but if there are more of the Campfire Cozy Mystery series, I don't mind. Like sometimes when I'm just in the mood for something really simple and easy, it's always nice to pick up a novella. Okay, so let me delete this row. Okay, Dragons of Nora, by Joseph John Lee. This has two books. It's a duology, Heartstrings. There are two books, duology. Oh, okay. Spell Shop is actually I read this last year. I didn't know. I mean, it's supposed to be a standalone, but now she released another book, The Enchanted Greenhouse, and I think it's connected, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so there are two books now. I do want to read more books by Sarah Beth Durst. I think there's a book called Race in the Sands and a couple of other books as well. I'm very curious to check out because I really enjoyed her world building in Spell Shop, like some of the elements that she referenced about the world, but she didn't really go into much detail with respect to those things. It was just more laid back, cozy, but I didn't like Spell Shop as much as most people did. It was good, but I didn't like the character as much, and the romance also like I don't know. The book could have done without it, frankly. Um, yeah, there were a couple of other things, but I really liked certain aspects of what she wrote. I'm curious to check out how the Enchanted Greenhouse might be. So that's one. And sort of Kaigen and more Emil Wang. I've written this in caps lock because I want to read everything that she has. And the next book up is Blood Over Brighthaven. I loved Sword of Kaigen. I just loved it. And there are so many reasons I loved it. It felt so raw, deep, complex, layered in terms of its characters and the kind of conflicts that existed internally and the growth that existed with those characters. And then also some of the action scenes were amazing. It was so emotionally impactful. I mean, there's so many scenes that just got me and I cried. And I love the pacing of this book. It was very different and refreshing to read, frankly, but this was a beautiful book. I have so much to say. I will probably have a separate review up on this. The next book is Blood Over Brighthaven, and I can't wait to read it. I listened to a couple of interviews of her, and I really enjoyed what she was saying in terms of her approach with writing and how she gets inspired. And yeah, okay, Bookstore Family is also very, as it's not even a novella, it's a short story series. And I happened to read the fourth one because I got it as an arc and I didn't know it was the fourth in the series, but I don't think it matters. I would love to read the other three as well. Okay, wait, I should keep updating these. Wow, I'm all over the place. I'm just all over the place. Oh gosh. Okay. Ongoing. Spot shop. Also, let's put it in ongoing. Okay, next up is The Floating World by Axio. I was very excited when I saw this pop up. I loved her writing in The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, which I read last year. It was one of my favorite books. So I was excited to see this world. I really enjoyed this. I heard it as an audiobook, and I believe the narrator was Eden Jun. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But I loved her narration. And this book was really good. I would say it's a cut above most YA books. This is a YA duology. I have requested the audiobook arc for the second book, which is already out, which is very exciting. Like both the books are being released this year, which is very interesting. And I'm excited because I can actually plan and finish this book. Hopefully, if I get the audiobook arc, otherwise I will wait for it to be published. And yeah, okay, I will. Well, since I don't have it, I will just mark it as good as complete for now. Okay, going back up over here, Dragons of Nora is this like cute middle grade cozy fantasy thing. The first book was upscaled, and I can't remember the name of the second book, unfortunately, but that's the one I ended up reading. I think I would still like to read the first one. I'm not so sure. I didn't, it was good. It was fine, but I didn't like the style of humor as much. It just didn't click with me. So, and yeah, I just felt like the second book was feeling more reminiscent of the first book, as in it kept referencing things that have happened in the first one. So yeah, it wasn't as much its own thing. Um, so I'm just a softie enough this for now. I think that's good. Whew. Okay, let's talk about Shadows. Shadow of the Leviathan, the Tainted Cup series, really great fantasy murder mystery combination. The character, like the combination of Anna and Din, the two main characters, it was very interesting, very, yeah, I guess Sherlock Holmes, Watson type of style because the Din, the guy, he was assistant to Anna, and she is like his superior investigative officer. Guys, I am. Why am I recording this right now? I don't know. I feel like I'm so all over the place, but we're gonna power through this, okay? Like, bear with me. Okay, I really loved. Okay. Yes, let's focus. Focus. I love this book. This was really good. Really good. Okay, I give up. I read the first book. I'm looking forward to reading that next one. I actually read this with a friend of mine, so it was a great buddy read. Yeah, really cool themes. There were some like darker elements to it. I really liked the threat of the Leviathans, which are these huge sea monsters, and the scope of that threat just kept growing, and the stakes kept rising as the story went along. And I think, yeah, it was a very interesting, unique world. The mystery was great. I loved the mystery. I loved the pacing, the reveals and the build up, the suspense, everything. Like I think this book was just done really, really thoughtfully and it was well planned and I love that. So yes, definitely ongoing. Okay, Heartstrings by BK Barson. This book has my heart. This is my very first five-star contemporary romance read, and I absolutely adored this book. I don't know what it made me realize what I need in a contemporary romance book for it to be 5 stars because up until now I never rated a book more than 4 stars. And I do ratings like 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 as well. Like so yeah, I never rated anything more than 4 stars. And this book, First Time Caller, that's what I'm referring to. That's actually why sometimes I like to, just put in the first book name so it's there for my reference. But I think I loved that this book, I really liked the characters. I liked that they had specific reasons for why that they were the way they were. And the book was mostly focused on their internal struggle and challenges in terms of why they weren't open to being in relationship. And there wasn't a lot of external drama and communication. And the things that were external were entertaining and fun and nice. But otherwise, between them, there was a fairly steady growth in their relationship. And, there were issues, but when it came down to it, they were mature adults and they spoke, they communicated, they spoke to each other. Like, why don't more characters just speak to each other?
Talk! Just talk!
I really don't like when, the misunderstood there's just like this misunderstanding or miscommunication that's thrown in for the third act breakup. And even if yes, there will be a phase where maybe you're apart and you're figuring things out, but why that happens and how that happens, I think that's so important. And yeah, I think it was just handled so well. It felt mature. It felt very genuine. I loved the connection of the characters. And I really liked our female character. She was so, I think when it came down to it and when she had to communicate what her needs were, she didn't put down the other person. And she actually, I don't know, it just felt like she was understanding and compassionate. And I really appreciated that. But I want to read this. The second book is out and then Back to You. And that's following a character that was introduced in this first book. So I'm actually excited. I like it. It's very sweet. And I also liked another thing in this was that I felt like every character had distinct personality and they had like certain quirks, certain traits, and it stayed consistent. And then whatever their background or history was and their internal fears, it stayed consistent again in their evolution and how that um impacted the way they approach something and their behavior. And yeah, it felt good. Like the character development felt really good in this one. So very happy with that. But also, yes, I wanted to say that the side characters were also all really interesting. Like, yeah, I just had a lot of fun with this. Guys, okay, I think I'm done talking about this one. Whew. Do Bargain with Models, Duology. This is a brilliant, gripping political fantasy, which is um, culturally rooted in India, like British Raj in India, and I love it. I'm from India, and I have so much to say about this. I'm going to be posting a review, but this is one of my favorite books that I have read this year, and I can't wait to read. It is more so political fantasy. It was so gripping. It speaks about the theme of colonialism and its impact on the indigenous native culture. And I think this is such an important topic. And she covered a lot of facets of that within the story, and it was woven in so naturally and beautifully. And I think it represented certain facets of our culture in a very appreciative way. A lot of Indian fantasy books that are put out tend to actually write in English specifically, tend to write about our culture in a very westernized way or from a Western lens and perspective. And our histories and narratives are, not our own. Like the way we see ourselves and the way we see the world is very different. There's still a lot to be said about decolonizing the mind because the influence through education and biased historical narratives has impacted. There's so much more I have to say about this book. Can't wait to read the second book. This was an amazing, amazing find, and I'm so excited. Let's get back to my actual like ongoing series from Lost because I have made some progress. Finally, I have finished these two duologies, and I am so happy that I can check these off. There we go. It's 100%. Daughter of the Barking, Trisha Lemon, it was good. Last year, I thought that she would be one of the authors that I would like to read more books by, maybe my go-to romantasy author. I don't think that's true anymore. I think this was a good, fun, enjoyable three-star series for me. It was fun. It was fun, you know. The plot pacing in the second book was good. There was good build-up of suspense, very easy read, and it's a wide duology. It was fine. There were things that maybe I didn't like as much or didn't connect with as much. And but yeah, it's just a good, fun read. Um, The Book of Teas by Judy Lynn, my goodness, the magic is so beautiful, the tea magic. The first book was more focused on the political intrigue and the tea magic and descriptions of it. The second book was more like they're on the run, they're fleeing. And so they have to strategize, they have to figure things out. There are very cool things, but they're like on the move and they're traveling. So there are a lot of interesting things that happen. There's this bamboo forest scene, which was amazing. And then there's this also like nightmares and the basically the antagonist, the villain of it was very cool. It was very cool. You know, I really enjoyed the world. I liked that the book didn't have an overemphasis on the romance. I actually liked it. The last part of the second book, the ending, I think there were scenes that could have been longer, and the author could have spent more time with it to make it more impactful. Like there were a couple of scenes I just read, I was like, wait, is it over already? So I don't know. But that was interesting. And then Celestial Kingdoms. Okay, finally, I haven't been so stuck because I didn't know whether I should read the sequel, and without reading the sequel, I didn't feel like reading the other things. And then she had a standalone that she released this year called Immortals, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to read that. I read the second book, Heart of the Sun Warrior, finally, and I read about 45% and I DNF'd it. And I'm so glad that I got it out of my system and actually went ahead and did it and tried it. I love the world. It's so beautiful. It's so lush. I love the descriptions. And there are definitely things related to the world and the magic which are connected with the plot, which I'm interested in. I want to know more about. Okay, but the main character, the main female character, is just so immature. Like I can't.
That's it. That's it. I'm done.
She was constantly reactionary to everything. There was no forethought, no strategy. I mean, she's trained. She's like military trained. Where's the growth? Where is it? Where is it?
Where is it? Where is it?
And there was a lot going on with the plot. Like there were a lot of elements that were just mixed in, and not everything made sense, I would say, as a foundation to kickstart this particular book. And I didn't like her as a character anymore. And then I read Immortals, and I felt like the voice sounded the same. Of the female character, and this is written in first person narrative, and I think that's something also that I don't prefer. And sometimes, like if I don't connect with the character, it starts to bog me down because you're seeing everything from their point of view and their reasoning about things, and sometimes, their reasoning is just without reason. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
But yes, so she just rushed into everything, you know, headlong. Like she spent not 30 seconds thinking about anything before she went and did something stupid.
That's it? That's the plan?
That's the plan.
And then she tried to make a big point, like she doesn't need help, but she just kept being so stupid that she would need help from the people she didn't want help from. And yeah, it was one of those things. So I, you know, read two books. This is going to be well, I will soft DNF it because I enjoyed the first book. I rated it like a 4.75, 4.5. Yeah, I think that's good. And then finally, Wings of Fire by Tui Sutherland. This is a middle grade adventurous dragon-filled fantasy, beautiful. Every book in this deals with a different character, and the culmination of this like story with the first five dragonets from the prophecy was amazing, amazing. Like it's so exciting, it's so fun. There's probably more I can say on it, but I think I'm just so sleepy now. And that's it. Let's go up and see how have the total series started gone down to 40. Oh, okay, yes, I removed one thing or I combined something. Okay. Total reading progress, 75.56%. Not bad, not bad. I didn't go down. I went up. I went up by like 2.5%. I think I was at 73%, right? Yes, that's about 2%. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Why is my series finished one? There's something on with that. This is reduced, yes, because of Letters of Enchantment. I'm looking at you in Edinshire. And also Spell Shop that got added to the list. But oh, okay. I think I know why. I think I know why. Um, oh, oh, hold on. I forgot to mark this as completed. Completed. Um, also completed. Also completed. And there we go. Phew. I was concerned there for a second with that one. Five. This number has gone up, thankfully. Um, I think we're doing good, guys. I think I've made good progress. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for sticking around. Um, good night, and I will see you again next time. Bye.